I chose languages because I was good at them in school, first and foremost, and I think because I was good at them I enjoyed them. And I chose them also because I think as a degree choice it's a very diverse degree, a very diverse skill to have going into the professional world. There's most businesses now will be international, or they all require the use of different languages. So I think anyone that is proved that they can speak proficiently a second or third language is a very useful commodity to have. I chose Liverpool because firstly, when I knew nothing about it, the head of French in my school recommended it as a good university. Before I came here, I thought just of the Beatles and of football as being the things of Liverpool, which, you know, there's much more than that. And I think that academically it's a very good place to come to, which has been proved because I've seen it for myself. And I also chose Liverpool because of the vibrant social life, but also the music scene, which is very good for anyone who's interested in music, and particularly live music. I think there's not many places as good as Liverpool for that type of scene. There's three options for the year abroad. Firstly, and the most popular, is the Erasmus scheme, which is the student exchange. So you'll go abroad and go to a foreign university. Often people who do that are people who study more than one language, because it's required that you spend some time in each of the each in two or three countries of the languages which you learn. It doesn't have to be Spain, for example. It can be South America, or for instance, I had a friend who spent a year in Guadeloupe in the French West Indies. The second option is the language assistantship, which I did, which is the paid teaching job. And the third is a private work placement, whereby you go to you go to the country, and it's up to you to find a job and to prove that you're continuing to be in employment. It's the most risky, because if you lose the job or it doesn't work out, then you can fail a year abroad. But a lot of people have equally a lot of success in that area, especially if you want to go into a very specific job afterwards. It's very good to try and get an internship for that. There's also a fourth option. If you study two languages, you can mix the Erasmus and the teaching. It's called the Erasmus Comenius, where you will be in a university in one place and then move to your second country and teach there in a school. I spent my year abroad in France, in Toulouse in the south. I was a teacher for the British Council Language Assistantship Programme, and I taught in 3 schools and 3 colleges with the ages of 11 to 15 or 16 in some cases. And I taught, on British Council you teach just 12 hours a week, so whereas it's a very good opportunity to gain professional experience, it's also good for your social life. And an important part of going abroad is that aspect of things, because you don't just work all the time, and it's important to integrate yourself culturally and socially in a foreign place. And Toulouse is definitely somewhere where you can do that. It's got 120,000 students just in the city itself, and there's about 1 million inhabitants, so it's very vibrant, and it was an excellent place to go. And I was there it's a 9-month programme, but I spent most of the year there. As I think most people do, they tend to go there in September and then carry on there in the summer holidays and maybe travel around, which is another advantage of the assistantship, because it's paid, so quite handsomely as well, considering the hours. So it's a win-win really, because you gain invaluable experience and notes for your CV. And also earn a bit of money in the process. So, and that, as well, my language improved tremendously during the whole year while I was there. I hope to use my degree for going into teaching, because I really enjoyed my year abroad, and I've applied next year for a job in we have 2 sister universities in the north of France, and I've applied to be an English teacher just for a year there, and then I'll go on, I think, and do a PGCE when I get back. Well, I'd advise Liverpool to any prospective student because I think it's a very straightforward university path. I think the halls are excellent and everyone lives together, and more importantly the transport between where you live and the university is really facilitated by the bus service here, which is excellent. And the city itself is a very interesting place, especially if you're not from here. I think it's a very individual place, Liverpool, and it will be interesting to anyone who's coming, especially like me from South Wales, somewhere completely different. And the people here are very welcoming and do fit the stereotype. And yeah, the social side of life in Liverpool is buzzing, and I think just on the whole, it's difficult not to have a good time here.